This message comes from Doctors Without Borders. This year has seen unprecedented crises. Now more than ever, Doctors Without Borders patients need them. Visit doctorswithoutborders.org/NPR to learn how to donate.
Hey, it's Peter Sagal. We are almost at the end of 2025, and if I may, I will speak for everybody at NPR and at your local stations and in public media and say good riddance. But despite the loss of federal funding for public media, despite attacks on the free press, we are still here for you, and we will be next year. With your support, NPR will keep reporting the news, and here at Wait, we will try to, lighten the load at the end of the week with some jokes about the news and some fun conversations with interesting people, and yes, the occasional fart joke. If you are already an NPR Plus supporter, thank you so much. We see you, and we are so grateful for you. If not, please join the community of public radio supporters right now, before the end of the year, at plus.npr.org. Signing up unlocks a bunch of perks like bonus episodes and more from across NPR's podcasts. Plus, you get to feel good about supporting public media while you listen. Visit plus.npr.org today. And thanks.
From NPR and WBEZ Chicago, this is Wait, Don't Tell Me, the NPR News Quiz. I'm the gift you get for the person who has everything. Alzo Slade. And here's your host at the Studebaker Theater in the Fine Arts Building in Chicago, Illinois, Peter Sagal.
Thank you, Alzo, and thank you, everybody. Thank you so much for being with us. Well, everybody, we made it. We made it through 2025, a year that began with terrible apprehension about the future and has ended the exact same way.
My motto is, instead of worrying about what's about to happen, enjoy some things that already did.
So, this hour, we're going to relish the great things we got to do in 2025, such as talking to the legendary sportscaster Bob Costas, which we did in September, along with guest scorekeeper Che Rhymefest Smith. Now, I asked Bob if, as per the cliche, he had started talking about sports because he couldn't play them.
I wouldn't say that I failed. I wasn't that bad by schoolyard standards, but I couldn't make my high school baseball or basketball team. And the baseball coach, who was also a math teacher, that's the way it works in high school, he actually said to me something to the effect of, you're not bad with the glove and you can run a little bit, but I don't think you can hit your weight, and I don't think you weigh 130, which might have been true when I was 16 years old. And then he actually said, you're always talking about baseball, and you know more about baseball than any of my players. Have you ever thought about broadcasting? And I said, that's pretty much all I think about. And he actually said, as if it was a movie, good, try that.
Whoa.
That's awesome.
And have you ever gone and found any of the guys who didn't make the team and say, how long did your career in sports last?
One of them actually pitched in the major leagues for 2 years. He did make it to the big leagues. The rest of them have scattered to the four winds, and I'm sure they're aware of me, and I'm not quite aware of where they are, and I don't care.
Yeah! And you went off to Syracuse University, right? The Newhouse School, to learn your trade. This is, of course, if you don't know, it is the Harvard of broadcasting schools. And
yep.
But I'm curious, how do you learn to do sports broadcasting? Like what are the skills you have to study?
You cannot learn it in a classroom. You want to get as good and as well-rounded an education as you possibly can, and to be a reader because it improves your appreciation of language and turns of phrase, and the broader your frame of reference is, the more you can bring to bear where appropriate in a sports broadcast or any kind of broadcast. But the only way you actually learn to be a broadcaster is by doing it. You can't sit there in a classroom and learn it. You just have to find out if you have a knack, and then you work on that knack as you move along.
So, okay, you're a Hall of Fame broadcaster, an absolute legend in the industry. Nobody's perfect all the time. Can you remember a time when, you just blew it on live TV?
Oh, my, yes. Now, I realize it's NPR.
Yes.
Do you want the unedited version of this?
Yeah. Give us the MTV version.
Okay.
Go ahead, Bob. What are they going to do? Defund us?
Here you go.
Now, if everybody clapping could give $5,000, that would be really wonderful.
Go ahead.
All right, so here's the deal. My first job out of Syracuse, I did minor league hockey my senior year at Syracuse, $30 a game. But I was lucky enough right after that at age 22 to go to St. Louis, big station, KMOX, 50,000-watt station, to broadcast the games for the Spirits of St. Louis in the old ABA. The first night they play, on a Friday night, they have a big lead with about 2 minutes to go, and the game slips away. They're up by 7, and somehow the game slips away. 2 nights later, they're playing at home again, and they're ahead by 5 with like a minute to go. And I turned toward the analyst, who was a wonderful gentleman named Bill Wilkerson, and I said the following: Bill, it appears as if the Spirits have this game well in hand, but Coach Bob McKinnon taking a timeout here, wanting to take no chances, because the last thing he wants to see is a repeat of Friday night's flow. I actually said that.
You did.
I actually said that. You know, they blew the game, and, you know, the syntax just got kind of mangled, right?
Well, I mean, if you think about it, I mean, it is his job, and if he blew the game, it just sort of comes naturally to that phrase, doesn't it?
And my thought is, I looked at Wilkerson, and he looked at me, and his eyes got as wide as saucers. And the engineer just made that circular thing with the index finger, like, keep on going, keep on going. We can't have all this dead air. And I was 100% certain that the next morning I'd be on a flight back to Syracuse. But the station manager took pity on me and said, don't ever let this happen again. Well, I certainly will try not to.
A lot of people called in, and they were like, can we get more of that Bob Costas guy?
I have been a fan. I'm a baseball fan, and not on your level, but I've been watching a lot of you over the decades broadcast baseball. And I remember vividly your reaction the first year they had the wild card in the playoffs in baseball.
Oh, yeah.
So you're against that. You're also against the designated hitter. Now there are 6 wild card teams every year, and everybody has a designated hitter. What is it like to be that influential?
Yeah. You know, it's just another small indication of the general decline of Western civilization.
Let me ask you this. You've over the years, obviously not just baseball, NFL games, NBA games, horse races, and the Olympics, of course, for many, many years on NBC. So out of all those things, can you tell me like what the weirdest or most unusual sport is you've ever had to broadcast and comment on?
Well, I didn't do play-by-play as the host of the Olympics, but you're commenting on and showing highlights of almost everything. Curling in the Winter Olympics. You know, think about getting a gold medal, an Olympic gold medal, for an activity in which you can drink beer while doing it.
Yes.
But even more so, in the Summer Olympics, race walking is a staple. Now, there may be, 200 race walkers in the United States, but in parts of Eastern Europe, like in Romania or something, you know, race walkers are like Michael Jordan, apparently. So, 1992 in Barcelona, I'm hosting the Olympics, and there's a package of highlights, and it ends with a bunch of race walkers. And you know what it looks like, right?
Yeah.
It looks like gotta go right now is what it looks like, right?
Yeah. 15-minute shorts who really need to use the restroom. I understand.
Right, exactly. But I come off of it, I think it's completely harmless, and the people on the set laughed. I said, isn't a competition to see who can walk the fastest a little bit like a contest to see who can whisper the loudest? Eventually, don't you just like cross over and start running? Now, you would think that was completely harmless, but the very small race-walking community wanted my head on a pike.
And that's why you can never go back to Romania.
That's correct.
Well, Bob Costas, it is such a pleasure to talk to you, and we have asked you here today to play a game we're calling...
And the Emmy goes to?
We are right now in the eye of the Emmy storm. The Creative Arts Emmys were last weekend. The Primetime Emmys are this weekend. So no one is talking about anything but the Emmy Awards. Ooh. We're going to ask you 3 questions about these JV Oscars. Answer 2 correctly and you win our prize, one of our listeners. Rhymefest, who is Bob Costas playing for?
Bob is playing for Matt Johnson of Houston, Texas.
All right.
Ready to play? Here is your first question. Where does the name Emmy for the award come from? Is it A, it's the initials M.E. for Mamie Eisenhower, who presided at the first awards? Is it B, strangely, it is named after our own panelist, Emmy Plotnick? Or C, it was named for the image orthogon tube, an important bit of early TV technology?
I'm going with C.
You're going to go with C, and you are right. The image orthogon tube was known as IMI. Huge advance TV technology, so much so that Emmy was named for it. Yeah. Here's your next question. The whole point of the Emmys, of course, as you know, is to promote TV. But at the 2015 Emmys, Andy Samberg went above and beyond to encourage people to watch the HBO show Game of Thrones. How did he do it? A, by wearing a handmade 15-foot-long dragon costume on stage. B, by giving out to the live international audience his actual HBO login and password. Or C, by playing a video in which his head was CGI'd onto every character in every sex scene from that season.
You know, I should know this, but somehow I missed that particular telecast. I'm just going to guess B.
You're going to guess B. He gave out his HBO login and password to the universe? He did.
Yes.
And people report, everybody, of course, immediately ran over to their televisions or whatever, and it worked for a few days. All right. Very good, Bob. Here is...
2 for 2.
2 for 2, right. As someone in your profession might say.
Yes.
You're batting 1,000.
He is. He's batting 1,000. Let's see what he does with this pitch. In Dame Helen Mirren's acceptance speech after winning an Emmy for her performance as Queen Elizabeth I, she said that her greatest triumph was what? Was it A, making her Queen Elizabeth I recognizably different from her Queen Elizabeth II? B, the voiceover work that she had done for the film Legends of the Guardians, The Owls of Gablool, for which she was unfairly snubbed? Or C, she said her greatest triumph was, quote, not falling ass over tit as she climbed the stairs to the podium.
It is without question C.
You are right. You called your shot, as you might say. And allegedly, the censors who were manning, that bleep button were so charmed by her British accent that the remark made it to air, and now, again, to us. Rhymefest, how did Bob Costas do in our quiz?
Bob got 3 for 3. He got them all right.
Congratulations.
It's the trifecta. It's the hat trick.
It is.
The Triple Crown.
That's a good thing. Part of your job is coming up with catchphrases and names. What should we call it when someone goes 3 for 3 on this game?
The Costi.
There you go. Bob Costas is a Hall of Fame broadcaster and, not coincidentally, the winner of 28 Emmy Awards himself. Bob Costas, thank you so much for joining us on Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me.
Thank you, Peter. Thank you, everybody.
Take care, Bob. Bye-bye.
So long.
When we come back, we warm up the winter with a return to Hawaii and a talk with one of the greatest surfers of all time. That's when we return with more of Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me from NPR. This message comes from BritBox. It's the coziest time of the year on BritBox. That means curling up with a gripping murder mystery, basking in the ambiance of a sumptuous period drama, or unboxing the unexpected with a hidden gem. Cuddle up with the best of British TV, including BritBox original series based on best-selling novels like Linley and a new season of Karen Peary. However you cozy, it's all a bit warmer with BritBox. See holidays differently when you stream the best of British TV with BritBox.
This message comes from BetterHelp. As a dad, BetterHelp President Fernando Madera relates to needing flexibility when it comes to scheduling therapy.
I have kids under 18, so time is very limited. That's why at BetterHelp, our therapists try to have sessions, sometimes at night, depending on the therapist, or during the weekend. So I think that's what we need to tell the parents. You're not alone. We can help you out.
If a flexible schedule would help you, visit BetterHelp.com/NPR for 10% off your first month of online therapy. This message comes from NPR sponsor eBay, who is home to millions of parts for your next project and free returns. If it doesn't fit or it isn't what you expected, eBay has your back. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply. eBay. Things people love.
From NPR and WBEZ Chicago, this is Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me, the NPR News Quiz. I'm Alzo Slade, filling in for Bill Curtis, and here's your host at the Studebaker Theater in the Fine Arts Building in Chicago, Illinois, Peter Sagal.
Thank you, Alzo. Thanks, everybody. Thank you so much. So, it is late December in Chicago, and the days are short and the winds are cold, so we are all getting nostalgic for the trip we took to Honolulu, Hawaii in October. We had such an amazing time. It's hard to choose a favorite moment.
Not for me. The best thing I saw in Hawaii was me standing there in Hawaii.
That's right. Alzo and I were there. We did 2 shows in the Aloha State, and now we are going to hear part of that never-before-broadcast second show. We saved it for a moment when we needed it most, like now.
First, a Bluff the Listener game with panelists Shane O'Neill, Dulce Sloan, and Helen Hong. And then a visit with one of the greatest surfers ever, Honolulu native and Olympic champion, Carissa Moore.
It is now time to play the Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me Bluff the Listener game. Call 1-888-WAIT-WAIT to play our game on the air. Hi, you are on Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me.
Aloha.
Aloha.
Aloha, yes. My name is Rich.
Hello, Rich. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Kailua, Oahu, Hawaii. Can't beat it.
You can't beat it. What do you do there?
I'm recently retired, and I'm very active in Rotary, and I volunteer as a mediator at the Mediation Center of the Pacific.
Really?
Really?
I'm sorry. I mean, I know I'm a visitor to these lovely islands, but I can't imagine anybody ever has a problem they need to mediate. It all seems like a happy place. Well, Richard, great to have you with us. You're going to play our game in which you have to tell truth from fiction. Alzo, what is Rich's topic?
Carpe diem.
Sometimes you have to seize the day. Climb that mountain. Tell her you're in love with her. Move to Europe forever because things got really awkward after you told her you're in love with her. This week we heard about somebody really going for it. Pick the one who's telling the truth and you'll win the Wait Waiter of your choice on your voicemail. Are you ready to play?
Yes. Yes.
I'm sorry, did somebody in the room with you have to tell you to say yes?
No, that didn't happen.
That didn't happen, okay.
No, it didn't happen.
Didn't happen. Standing there on your own talents, brains, brought to this, no help at all. Let's first hear from Shane O'Neill.
Kristen Elliott of Maple Bluff, Wisconsin is a busy woman. A resident at the UW hospital, she puts in 24-hour shifts in their emergency room. She goes to Pilates classes 3 times a week and volunteers at the soup kitchen at her local church. But when an invitation came for an ex-boyfriend's wedding, she knew she needed to squeeze in one more thing into her busy schedule, finding a date. So last Saturday, she set up 18 hours worth of mini dates. That's 180 dates in one day. She kept track of the marathon day with a spreadsheet, adding numerical ratings in columns for physical attributes, red flags, hygiene, and whether they showed up in a fleece quarter zip. Sadly, none of these dates seemed suitable. So she plans to schedule a second day of 7-minute-long second dates. Unfortunately, with the extra 2 minutes, I can only book 73 dates in a day, she said sadly, before strapping on a helmet, climbing onto her scooter, and rolling off to a sip and paint party where she plans to finish half a bottle of wine and no fewer than 3 paintings and 2 ceramics pieces.
A woman seizes the day by scheduling 18 hours of speed dates during them. The next story of someone capturing the moment comes from Dulce Sloan.
Rusty Albertson of Cleveland, Georgia, retired from being a middle school geography teacher for 47 years. His wife, Jeannie, also retired from nursing, and now they finally have the time and money to travel. Growing up in Cleveland, Georgia, Rusty was always fascinated that the names of cities can repeat in other states or even countries. So Rusty wondered if there were any other Clevelands. Much to his excitement, there are 7 other Clevelands in the United States for a total of 8 Clevelands. As a fan of the rap group Bone Thugs-n-Harmony, he always wanted to visit Cleveland, Ohio. But now there are 6 other Clevelands for Rusty's Cleveland tour. Jeannie, on the other hand, was less enthusiastic. She said, well, I thought he meant traveling to somewhere fun, like all the cities named Paris or Miami. To which Rusty supplied, all the Miamis. I don't mind going to Indiana or Missouri, but I'll be damned if I ever go to Texas.
A man sets off in his dream to visit all the towns in the country named Cleveland. Your last DM Carpade comes from Helen Hong.
It's not easy getting a Guinness World Record. You might have to hold your breath for 20 minutes or eat 80 hot dogs in one sitting, Or you could create your own original world record and make it uniquely painful. That's what Gabrielle Wall did when she chose to set the first ever record for the fastest 100-meter sprint barefoot on Lego bricks. I know. Her training included jumping up and down in a kiddie pool filled with Legos. Wall also went barefoot for months, and when she explained that she was training to sprint over Legos, people inevitably asked, why would you do that? Why? Naysayers notwithstanding, Wall completed the spiky sprint in 24.75 seconds. Her husband immediately presented her with fluffy pink slippers that she'll probably never take off again.
All right. Here then, Rich, are 3 stories of someone seizing the moment. Is it from Shane O'Neill, someone trying to maximize their chances, having speed dates for 18 hours all fit into one day? From Dulce Sloan, a man determined to live out his dream of visiting every Cleveland in the country beside his own Cleveland? Or from Helen Hong, a woman who fulfilled a lifelong dream by setting a world record, in this case, the land speed record for running on Legos? Which of these was the real story we found in the week's news?
I got to go with number 3, the Lego lady. I tell you, she beats them all.
She does. And you figured that out all by yourself.
All by myself.
All by yourself. All right, you're going to choose then. You're going to choose Helen's story about the Lego run. Well, we spoke to someone who actually had the inside dope on this particular story.
She wanted to set a world record, so she decided that she would run over Lego bricks.
That was Kyle Melnick, is a reporter for the Washington Post, talking about the record-breaking Lego run. Congratulations, Rich, you got it right.
Yay,
Helen was telling the truth. She's going to win a point. You're going to win our prize, the voicemail of anyone you choose. Thank you so much for calling.
Thank you.
You could share it with your backup.
Yeah.
Take a step towards what you are reaching for. You have to take the chance and risk it all.
And now the game where we ask people who are really, really good at one thing about another thing. We call it Not My Job. So not far from us, right now in Honolulu, there is a 100-foot-high mural on the side of a building with 2 people painted on it. You've seen it. One of the 2 figures is Duke Kahanamoku, the legendary father of surfing. He introduced the sport around the world in the 1930s. And the other is Carissa Moore, the first ever female Olympic gold medalist in shortboard surfing and generally acclaimed as the greatest woman ever to ride a wave. And one of those 2 icons joins us now. Carissa Moore, welcome to Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me.
I'm so happy to be here.
We're so happy to have you. Since I brought up the mural, I gotta ask, what is it like, because you live in Honolulu still, where you grew up, what is it like to drive around and see your own sort of visage painted next to like one of the great national heroes and you're in front of him?
I mean, I definitely have to like pinch myself. It's super surreal. I can't believe they still have it up.
Really?
Yeah.
Somebody painted a 100-foot-high painting. They don't just like wait a couple days and paint over it.
No,
They don't like erase it.
Well, I hope it stays up for a little while longer. I want to show my daughter one day and be like, that's Mom.
Yeah.
Definitely take a lot of selfies.
You know what would be great? I don't know if this is true, but if there were a liquor store across the street and you went in and they asked you for ID and you just pointed. It's a dream. It's really cool. You grew up here in Honolulu. You grew up surfing at Waikiki, right? Which was basically the birthplace of surfing. There's the statue of Duke right there. And you got famous pretty early, right? I saw an interview with you that was done when you were 7 years old, surfing at Waikiki. And you said to the interviewer, you liked surfing because, and I will quote you, I like it because it's different each day and it's not always the same. So I ask you now, do you still stand by that?
Yeah, I sounded pretty good.
Yeah, it sounded good.
Yeah.
You look pretty good. They said, it's interesting. You were 7, and you were already in the local news, and people were saying this is going to be a professional surfer someday. And so that was something that you knew was perhaps on your path early on.
I don't know if I knew, but my dad knew, and
Yeah.
he's here tonight.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Dad.
I don't know where he is. but
He's somewhere.
here.
He's
here.
somewhere. Because he was an athlete himself, a great swimmer. Right?
Yes,
and,
he
and
was.
he's in that report, by the way, paddling out with you. So
Yeah.
I got to see him. And I know about stage moms, right? The classic. Are there surfer dads? It's like, you're going to catch one more wave. Get back out to the break.
Maybe. No, but he is the best. He still paddles out with me.
He does?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, do you...
Yeah.
Really? At your level of achievement, your world championship status, you have to paddle yourself out? Nobody paddles you out? Nobody volunteers?
No, we do surf together all the time still, and I feel really lucky that we get to continue to share this journey together.
Right.
Mhm.
Do you ever, just for fun, literally surf circles around him?
There's this nice dance that we both have out there for sure.
You see, I don't know a lot of surfers, but I had always thought of surfers as being very outgoing, very confident, because it's a dangerous and difficult thing that you do pretty much for fun. But you don't seem that way. You seem kind of like not particularly egotistical, and you're the best in the world. That seems weird to me.
I struggle with confidence. I
Really?
do. Yes, I doubt myself and overthink everything all the time.
You remember when I said the best in the world thing just a moment ago? Like championships, world championships, Olympic gold medal.
Yeah, you could keep telling me that, but somehow I don't believe it still.
I think you should wear the medal every day. Like,
Yeah.
wear the medal on the daily. Just wear it around everywhere.
Yeah. Well, that's interesting because surfing is not easy to begin with, and on the level you competed at, with all around the world against the very, very best surfers in the world, where you get like one chance to like do it or wipe out. Did you like psych yourself up? How did you get yourself out of this lack of confidence of which you mentioned and get yourself into the right headspace?
I like to have random dance parties before I go out surfing. So actually, right before I paddled out for the Olympic final in Tokyo in 2021, I FaceTimed my husband and we did a dance to Ed Sheeran.
You did a dance to Ed Sheeran with your husband over FaceTime.
Yeah. It just helps me like get out of my head a little bit.
Right.
Yeah.
And is it true that like you were rather pregnant during your last competition?
I was pregnant. Yes, I was 10 weeks, so she was really tiny.
Right, because we saw a video of you when you were much more pregnant, and it's like, how did you get on the board to like paddle out?
It is a wonder of the world.
It really is.
Watching me do that. Yes.
Yeah. Because I just imagine, I mean, I didn't see it, but I imagine, you're very pregnant and you lie face down on the board and your hands can't reach the water. 'Cause you're like,
my butt is really high up in the air, and I'm kind of look like an inchworm, and I can't like lift my head. It's really quite a sight.
and your daughter, yes?
Yes.
Is how old now?
7 months.
7 months.
Yeah.
Whoa, congratulations. You're a new mom.
Is there a surfboard equivalent to a jogging stroller? Can you like strap her in and go out and surf with her?
Well, I'm like the human strap.
Right.
It's a lot of just going straight.
Yes.
And just making sure that she's safe.
Yes.
And she's not upset.
Yes.
And she's enjoying it.
Does she enjoy surfing?
Yeah, I think she does. I mean, there's no crying.
Yeah, that's important.
Is her first word going to be gnarly?
I hope it's mom.
Oh, that would be
But
better.
then gnarly.
Well, Carissa Moore, it is such a pleasure to talk to you. We have asked you here to play a game that this time we're calling
Shortboard Meet Really Bored.
So you're one of the greatest shortboard surfers ever, but what do you know about being bored? We're going to ask you 3 questions about boredom. Answer 2 out of 3 correctly, and you'll win our prize from one of our listeners. Also, who is Carissa Moore playing for?
Alicia Plant of Tumwater, Washington.
Here's your first question. BuzzFeed once published, among their many lists, a guide to things you can do if you're bored, including which of these activities? A, making adorable little dolls out of your cat's hair. B, opening 4 browser windows and watching Netflix, Hulu, Apple TV, and HBO Max at the same time. Or C, seeing how much soap you can put in your pasta sauce before you can taste it.
I think I'm going to go with A.
You are right. You are right to do so. Yes. BuzzFeed suggests buying a book called Crafting with Cat Hair. All right, that's good. You got one right. Beloved children's TV host Mr. Rogers, Fred Rogers, would often get restless and bored in the company of adults. His widow says that when a grown-up gathering or party of some kind got dull, Rogers would liven things up by doing what? A, bring out a puppet he always carried with him, this one called Prince Eric the Drunk. B, change into his leather cardigan. Or C, start farting.
I kind of think it's A, but I like the way you said leather cardigan. So I might have to go with B.
So you liked A, which is the puppet, Prince Eric the Drunk, who didn't normally appear in the kingdom of make-believe, but you liked the way I said leather cardigan.
Yes. Are both of those wrong?
They are both wrong.
Okay. So is it C?
It is C.
Okay,
yes,
cool. Let's go with C.
You're right, it's C, yes. Started farting.
He what?
That's what he would do. His widow, Jean, says, quote, he would just raise one cheek and he would look at me and smile.
This makes me love him even
more. How could you? And you thought it wasn't possible. You
I'm very
You have one
serious.
more question, Carissa. Here we go. Just this year, a man in Illinois admitted to a police officer that he did something on purpose because he was bored. What was it that he did? Was it A, he crashed his car into the back of the policeman's car? B, he went outside in February and intentionally stuck his tongue to a frozen flagpole? Or C, he had a Cubs uniform printed up with his name in the back and managed to spend 2 innings in the dugout before somebody caught it?
I think it's A.
You think it's A? It was A. He did it again. It was A. He crashed his car and just into the back of the policeman's car. The policeman goes, what the hell was that? And the guy was like, I don't know, I was bored. And then he wasn't bored anymore. Also, how did Carissa Moore do in our quiz?
She was gnarly. 3 out of 3.
Carissa Moore is the first ever winner of the Olympic gold medal in women's shortboard surfing, a world champion and a living treasure here in her hometown of Honolulu. Carissa Moore, thank you so much for joining us on Wait, Don't Tell Me. Carissa Moore! When we come back, Baseball Hall of Famer Jim Rice explains his complex approach to becoming one of the greatest hitters ever, and pay attention, because it happens pretty quick. That's when we come back with more Wait, Don't Tell Me from NPR.
This message comes from Jerry. Are you tired of your car insurance rate going up, even with a clean driving record? That's why there's Jerry, your proactive insurance assistant. Jerry compares rates side by side from over 50 top insurers and helps you switch with ease. Jerry even tracks market rates and alerts you when it's best to shop. No spam calls, no hidden fees. Drivers who save with Jerry could save over $1,300 a year. Switch with confidence. Download the Jerry app or visit jerry.ai/NPR today.
This message comes from Doctors Without Borders. Now more than ever, the world is in crisis. Communities cut off from care, children facing starvation, families displaced. Doctors Without Borders is on the ground, providing medical care, delivering aid, and saving lives wherever the needs are greatest. Doctors Without Borders patients need them, and your support powers their life-saving care. Learn how to donate at doctorswithoutborders.org/NPR.
From NPR and WBEZ Chicago, this is Wait, Don't Tell Me, the NPR News Quiz. I'm Alzo Slade, and here's your host at the Studebaker Theater in the Fine Arts Building in Chicago, Peter Sagal.
Thank you, Alzo. Thanks, everybody. So, we've been having a lot of fun this week because this week we decided to focus on the past and completely stop thinking about tomorrow.
Go to hell, Fleetwood Mac.
So, here are some more remarkably fun moments we have with our panelists this year. Alonzo, according to a frightening new study, more than a quarter of 18 to 35-year-olds who drink beer do what?
Wash down their weed? I don't know. Let's see. Can you give me a hint?
Yeah, it's perfect if you love your beer cold and watery.
Oh, they put ice in it.
They put ice in their beer, according... Ooh.
Wow. Well, the entire city of Chicago is just...
We do depredations, crimes of all kinds, autocrats planning to live forever. Ice and beer, though, and you're like, that's too far. Yes. According to a new survey, 28% of young adults put ice in their beer, completely spitting in the face of decades of put the glass in the freezer technology. The problem here is, of course, that your ice cubes will melt, kids, and it will water down the beer. What you really want to do is decant your Bud Light and drink it at room temperature so it really opens up.
Do they actually do these things just to annoy previous generations?
Probably.
Like watery beer
Hey,
is
Grandpa,
awful,
watch
but-
this. Plink, plink, plink.
Yeah,
It seems like there's an obvious solution here to the problem of warm beer if you feel that's a problem. Step 1, Google, does beer freeze? Step 2, make beer ice cubes. Step 3, forget about the beer ice cubes that you made. Step 4, be like, why are these ice cubes so disgusting? Shane, according to realtors, before deciding to buy a house, more and more people are asking to do what?
Oh, just use the restroom.
Oh, more than that.
Oh, spend a night with the realtor in the master bedroom, the main bedroom.
I'm going to give it to you, although the realtor is not necessarily invited.
Oh, people want to have sex in the house?
He just went, you went there.
You went there. You went right there. No, people want to spend the night in the house.
Okay, yeah.
Some of us sleep at night, Shane.
I know. More and more home buyers are asking to spend the night in the house before they fully commit to buying it. It makes sense. You're spending your life savings, right? You should get the chance to make sure everything works, see what it's like at night, change the locks, and then sell all the current owner's possessions.
What is the rationale? Is it just to see if it's haunted?
Basically, sort of. I mean, they want to see what it's like. Some people say, well, I want to see what it feels like to be there alone. I want to see if there's noises at night. And some of the realtors are like, well, that's okay. Some of them are like, no, because of liability. I mean, what if something goes wrong? And if something really goes wrong, bang, now they have to sell a house that's haunted.
Yeah. My childhood home was for sale. And I went to look at it, and the realtor did not know that I had grown up in this house. And it had been on the market for a really long time. And she said, you know, I wonder if something bad happened in this house. I was like, I could tell you.
Sister, I got stories.
Lots of bad things happen in this house.
Emmy, after an airplane passenger posted photos of the snack her seatmate brought on the flight, people are arguing over whether it is okay to eat what on a plane?
Wheat Thins?
Are wheat thins problematic?
I'm holding.
Are wheat thins problematic in your view?
What are wheat thins? Like
How much time do we have?
Is that like a communion wafer?
Well, I
It's
think
sort of if a Triscuit had less of hair.
Oh boy, Nabisco, have I got the slogan for you?
Bald Triscuits. Bald Triscuits. Oh,
No, I will.
Bald Triscuits. That's
Oh,
it.
that's good.
Thanks.
No, I will give you a hint, Emmy. What was amazing was she had all these, but she didn't even bring dye to make Easter eggs or anything.
Oh, were they hard-boiled eggs?
Hard-boiled eggs.
I'm going to go
Yes,
hard-boiled.
she had 7 hard-boiled eggs, and I also would have accepted
That's a no.
corn on the cob and an entire whole boiled potato, because those were the side dishes.
Does she only know how to boil things?
Apparently.
Like, what is she, a pilgrim? Who is eating that?
We got to get this lady an oven.
Who brings this kind of food on a plane? Even paleo bros are like, lady, too far. Also,
It sounds like a meal my dog wants to be left alone with.
I know.
Man, that sounds like witchcraft. Were they pre-peeled? Because if you have to sit there
No,
and
this is the
peel
thing.
all the
According
stuff.
to the person who posted the picture, she said 4 of them were peeled, 3 of them were not yet peeled.
Witchcraft. That's witchcraft, man. That's Wiccan stuff.
Yeah, that just made all our astrological signs change.
So clearly our theory is this woman bought too many eggs about a week ago, and now she's going to go out of town on a long trip. She didn't want to waste them. Or she's a mongoose. Alex, this week we learned about a new technology that promises to improve your life by monitoring your health and your wellness, all by placing a tiny camera in your what?
Perineum? I don't.
Actually, you're not far off from that.
No, come on, man.
Yeah, no, that's part of the view. It's like you take the lens cap off and you put the
toilet.
Yes, in your toilet.
Dang it.
The legendary bathroom fixture company Kohler introduced the D-Coda. That is a $600 camera that you clamp to your toilet seat. You point it down, and it analyzes your waste to give you valuable health data.
Visually?
Point it up, and your dreams will be haunted forever.
Wait, what can it tell?
It can analyze your gut health and hydration levels, and also whether or not you've had beets. Now, I'm unclear in how you actually get to see the photos. I hope it's not that you walk out of the bathroom and there's like a big screen with them all on it, like after a roller coaster ride. No, actually, of course, this will not be a surprise, you have to subscribe to their service.
Oh.
You pay them $7 a month and you get to see the photos and your health data.
No, I would pay not to see the photos.
If you don't pay them, everybody else sees them.
I just feel like there's always like data leaks and like no pun intended. And I don't want this to come back to bite me in the butt. There's
no way of talking about this without eventually arriving there. Yeah.
I would buy this if it let you know when you set a personal best.
Cameras flash, flash, flash. Strike up pose.
This message comes from Schwab. Everyone has moments when they could have done better. Same goes for where you invest. Level up and invest smarter with Schwab. Get market insights, education, and human help when you need it.
This message comes from Superhuman, the AI productivity suite that gives you superpowers everywhere you work. With Grammarly, Mail, and Coda coming together, you get proactive help across your workflow. So you can outsmart the chaos. Experience AI that proactively helps you go from to-do to done faster. Unleash your superhuman potential today. Learn more at superhuman.com/podcast. That's superhuman.com/podcast.
This message comes from Mint Mobile. Starting at $15 a month, make the switch at mintmobile.com/switch. $45 upfront payment for 3 months. 5 gigabyte plan equivalent to $15 a month. Taxes and fees extra. First 3 months only. See terms.
Finally, in May, I got the thrill of a lifetime. We visited Boston, where I spent much of my childhood, and we got to talk to one of my childhood heroes, Hall of Famer Jim Rice of the Boston Red Sox.
As soon as Peter stopped giggling like a 10-year-old boy, he asked Jim what it's like to walk the streets of Boston like a god among men.
Do you, I'm assuming you get, well, of course, you're also on TV, helping to broadcast Red Sox games, so I'm assuming you get recognized a lot.
Yes, this is a very sports-minded city, regardless if you're playing baseball, football, but they know who you are.
We hear about Boston. I am one. A Boston Red Sox fan. The we can be a little abrasive. Does anybody ever give you grief for anything, or are you way beyond that?
No, when I first got here, being from the South, I was brought up that you speak to everyone as you're walking down the streets and things like that. And someone stopped me and said, we don't do that here. So it was hard for me to make that adjustment, being a Southern guy and being hospitable and things like that. We don't speak.
You came up here and you had manners, and they're like, that's not what we do in Boston.
That was it.
So, Jim, you played in front of the Green Monster at Fenway. For people who don't know, that's this very high, close-in wall that makes left field in Fenway particularly hard to play. Did you just enjoy yourself when opposing teams would go out there and watch them screw it up?
We did, but as a player, this is like your house, which we knew. The time we hit the ball, we knew we had a chance to get a double. Now, the opposing team, they didn't have any idea how good I was. They were getting a single.
So this would happen, right? I mean, it happens sometimes to this day that an opposing player will hit the ball high off the wall. That's a hard hit ball. They're like, I'm taking 2, easy. and the next thing you know, you've got it in to second base before they're even rounding first.
Well, we had a team here the other day. I guess they called themselves the Mets, I believe.
I've heard of them.
And there was a guy, Soto, making all this dough, and he hit one out. He stood there and he tried to style a little bit.
Yeah, he was admiring his
Thank you.
shot. Yeah.
And it didn't work out pretty good.
No, because it's a really high wall.
Yeah, it is.
It really is. You are in the Baseball Hall of Fame, a rare and extraordinary achievement.
Yeah, thank
you. You were elected in your last year of eligibility, 15th year.
I got in my last year.
Yeah. And what were you doing when you got the call?
Well, do I have to say it?
I believe you do.
Please.
Okay. My mom and I, she was at General Hospital, and I was at General Hospital, Young and the Restless. And so, no, I'm serious. And so, my whole career, I watched Young and the Restless. So when I got the call, I was watching Young and the Restless. And I was asked, well, you just made it to the Hall of Fame. I said, look, I'm looking at the Young and the Restless. Call me back later. I swear to God.
Really?
Good
for you.
Yeah. And
wait a minute. It seems like they call you, they say, Mr. Rice, I'm calling from Cooperstown. And you're like, wait a minute. It just turned out that's not Denise. It's Denise's evil twin. I'll call you back.
No, well, I knew that because they said if you get in the Hall of Fame, they'll call you at a certain time.
Right.
Don't bother me at 12:30. 12:30 to 1:30? No. And
they couldn't wait for Bold and Beautiful.
Well, believe it or not, Young and the Restless is much better than Bold and Beautiful.
Oh, I believe it.
You go from the Young and the Restless to the Bold and the Beautiful, or vice versa. And so, if you watch the guy name is Victor, and I have it on my phone.
Oh, he's a very famous actor who did this role for me.
I have it on my phone, and he called me and said, "Jim, I know you watched the Young and the Restless. Congratulations, you're in the Hall of Fame."
So you got a call from Victor?
I have it on my phone.
That's
yes.
amazing.
Great.
That's
Yes,
amazing. But you said. You said that you watched it your whole career.
Yeah.
So what did you do during like day games? It's like, Jim, you're up. You're like, no, my stories are wrong.
No. You could have it taped, but a good friend of mine, Bob Montgomery, which was behind Carlton Fisk, we played golf a lot, and he asked me one day, he said, why we always have to play golf and be back before 12:30?
Really?
Yeah. I didn't smoke, I didn't drink, and I didn't really have lunch because I was very nervous. I was so antsy about the game, so I didn't really. And so that was my downtime to watch Young and the Restless.
Have you ever thought of doing a walk-on?
I thought about that, but I'm too. Like, yeah, my hands are sweaty now by being up here. I can play in front of a crowd, but this here is terrifying. I'm telling
Really?
you. Oh, yeah. Honestly, yeah. I'm sweaty. Because I'm not accustomed to this.
You're not accustomed to sitting in. Well, yeah.
I got a quick question too. I never had a chance to talk to a Hall of Fame hitter. You guys, it's about what, less than a second to decide to hit the ball. So can you talk us through the mechanics of when you decide to swing and don't, and like how does that work?
See ball, hit ball. See ball, hit ball out.
See ball, hit ball.
And that, ladies and gentlemen. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is what we called analytics back in the day. Well, Jim Rice, it is an absolute thrill for me personally to talk to you. And we have invited you here to play a game that this time we're calling
Watch Out for These Green Monsters.
So as we said, you're one of 3 Hall of Famers so far to play in front of the Green Monster in Fenway Park. So we're going to ask you about actual monsters that are green. Answer 2 to 3 correctly, you'll win our prize for one of our listeners. Bill, who is the legendary Jim Rice playing for?
Colton Johnson of Boston, Massachusetts.
Okay.
You got this.
Here's your first question. The very green Incredible Hulk has been smashing things since his appearance in the comics in 1962, but one of his most exciting adventures happened in the 1990s, which saw the Incredible Hulk taking on what enemy? A, 100 baby ducks. B, the boy band New Kids on the Block. Or C, Marvel's quarterly financial report and future projected earnings.
C question, answer question.
Exactly.
Number 3.
Number 3. You're right.
Yeah.
It was the Marvel Annual Report, which was printed that year as a comic book, in which the Hulk discussed publishing revenues with stockholders. Here's your next question. That's very good. In Dr. Seuss's book, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the Grinch is shown in black and white. And the Grinch only became green for the animated TV version. How did animator Chuck Jones decide the Grinch should be that shade of green? A, it happens to be the exact same shade as stomach bile. B, it was the same color as the really ugly rental car he took to meet Dr. Seuss. Or C, his ink supplier was having a sale on that shade the week they went into production.
I go with C.
You're going to go with C. His ink supplier was having a make him green, it's cheap. No, it was actually the color of the rental car. Nonetheless, I mean, you're used to this. You get a couple of chances to get a hit. Okay. Here's your last question. Sesame Street's green monster, Oscar the Grouch, has been living for decades in a trash can that never gets emptied, which is a good thing because which of these, according to Sesame Street lore, is in that trash can? A, 3 tons of Big Bird guano. B, 17 elephants, a bowling alley, a skating rink, and an Olympic-sized swimming pool. Or C, 36 human bones.
B.
B. And ladies and gentlemen, he hits it out of the park.
Yeah.
It is B. Oscar's trash can, canonically, is bigger on the inside than it is on the outside. Bill, how did Jim Rice do in our little game?
2 out of 3 Hall of Famer. That's a win.
Jim Rice is a baseball Hall of Famer. He spent his whole career playing for the Boston Red Sox and will never pay for his own soda in Boston. Jim Rice, thank you so much for joining us. What an absolute honor to meet you. Thank you so much for being here. Jim Rice, ladies and gentlemen. That's it for Facing the Future While Looking Backwards edition. Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me is a production of NPR and WBEZ Chicago in association with Urgent Haircut Productions, Doug Berman, Benevolent Overlord. Philip Goedeke writes our limericks. Our public address announcer is Paul Friedman. Our tour manager is Shayna Donald. BJ Liederman composed our theme. Our program is produced by Jennifer Mills, Miles Dornbos, and Lillian King. Special thanks to Monica Hickey. Peter Gwynn is the chains we forged in life. Our visuals host is Emma Choi. Technical direction is from Lorna White. Our CFO is Colin Miller. Our production manager is Robert Newhouse. Our senior producer is Ian Chillock. And the executive producer of Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me is Mike Danforth. Thanks to everybody you heard this week. That would be our panelists, our guests, Bill Curtis, of course, as well as his able backups, Alzo Slade and Che Rhymefest Smith. And thanks to all of you for listening. I'm Peter Sagal. We'll be back with you next week. This is NPR.
This message comes from Vital Farms, who works with small American farms to bring you pasture-raised eggs. Farmer Tanner Pace shares why he believes it's important to care for his land and how he hopes to pass the opportunity to farm onto his sons.
We're paving the way for a future. We only have one earth, and we have to make it count. Like my boys, I want to see them taking care of the land for them to be able to farm and then generations to come. I really enjoy seeing, especially my whole family up there working with me, and to be able to instill the things that my father, mother, and then grandparents instilled in me that I can instill in the boys. That's just the most rewarding thing that there could ever be. Vital Farms, they're motivated for the well-being of the animals, for the well-being of the land, the whole grand scope of things. They care about it all, and that means a lot to me.
To learn more about how Vital Farms farmers care for their hens, visit vitalfarms.com.